Hello peeps, welcome to Reddit Review. Today we are gonna see an episode of r slash Am I the A-hole? Am I the a-hole for giving my daughter's vegan friend meaty meals during the sleepovers? My daughter and her friend M are both 12 years old and like to have sleepovers every now and then. M's family maintains a strict vegan diet where she is not even allowed to drink milk. Her parents are nice people, although a bit on the neurotic side. M is a bright young girl and she is a good friend to my daughter. But I noticed how much smaller and paler she is compared to my daughter. I think it's likely tied to her family's diet. So whenever she is over, I always make a big meaty meal for them. Last weekend I made some cheeseburgers and steak for them on the grill with a big glass of milk. M absolutely loves it and always politely asks for more, which I happily provide. For snacks, I gave them some of my venison jerky. For breakfast, I typically make a big plate of scrambled eggs and bacon, again with a big glass of milk. Despite her size, M always wolves down whatever I make. And I have to say, every time she leaves my home looking like she has a healthy glow to her. I know I probably shouldn't be doing this, but I think M is a bit malnourished. Nothing against vegans or anything. She knows she'll get in a big trouble if she tell her folks. I think she fibs a bit to her parents about what she eats. Am I the a-hole for letting my daughter's vegan friend eat meat? I think there is a cold war brewing between vegans and non-vegans, always judging each other, trying to prove each other wrong. Okay, coming to the post, yes, OP, you are the a-hole. How can you encourage kids lying to their parents? Yes, most of the kids keep some kind of secrets from their parents, but as a parent, you should not encourage that. Am I the a-hole for locking myself and my newborn in the guest bedroom so that I could finally spend some time with her away from my wife? Hello Reddit. My daughter is 2 weeks old. I have barely held her since she was born. My wife constantly has her. When I do get to hold her, my wife just starts crying hysterically until I give her back. I asked her why, and she said she was anxious that something would happen to our daughter, and that's why she felt the need to hold her so close. No matter how much I tried to reassure her, she just won't let up. I practically begged her just to let me hold her so that my wife could shower, eat, and care for herself. But nothing worked. I felt like I was losing precious bonding time with my daughter. So I did what I thought I had to do. My wife fell asleep on the sofa with our child. I took her, went to the guest bedroom, and locked the door. My wife woke up shortly after, very upset, of course, that our daughter was not with her. She soon realized I was in the guest room and begged me to open the door. She was crying, kicking, and screaming. I didn't open it though, and spent a good couple hours with our daughter in there. Apparently, my wife had called her mom because I got a call from my mother-in-law cussing me out, saying how I shouldn't be taking a newborn from her postpartum mother and other things like that. My wife has been furious with me and won't speak, and I am just so frustrated because I really just wanted to spend quality time with my child, but maybe that wasn't the way to do it. Am I the a-hole? OP, I understand your frustration. Newborn stage is very hard for both the parents. I also think it's unfair that you are not getting quality time with your child. But as you realized, what you did only made things worse. Your wife will trust you much less than before. You could have found another way. Am I the a-hole for telling my teen daughter that she can't go to a dance because I need her to babysit and she is my only option? My kids are Bindi 17, Ava 14 and Frizz 9 years old. I'll cut right to the problem. My sisters and I are going for an overnight trip late this month. With my oldest sister's work schedule, the only time we can go for the foreseeable future is the 29th. This has been planned for several weeks. Bindi announced to me this week that her school is doing a Halloween dance on the 29th. She was so excited and was excitedly planning her costume. I hated to burst her bubble, but I had to tell her she can't go. You see, Frizz is severely autistic. Exactly what you are probably thinking. He's non-verbal, no eye contact, no toilet training, that sort of a thing. This makes him much more difficult to live with someone than his sisters ever were. I could easily find a sisters for them when they were younger. The only people who will even take Frizz outside our household are his grandparents, who can't watch him this weekend. He also does well with Bindi, meaning she is literally our only option. Bindi didn't take it well and asked me why Eva can't watch him for a few hours while she is at the dance, since Eva has babysat before. Well, Eva is having surgery the Monday before that. Nothing major, but she is not going to be healed up enough to deal with one of her brothers' meltdown by Friday. I'm not saying that would happen, but it's always a possibility with him. She can help, but someone else needs to be there, and that someone else is going to have to be Bindi. She responded by saying she didn't realize her siblings were so much more important and went up to her room scowling. I tried knocking and calling her, but she keeps sending me straight to voicemail. I get that she is upset and was really looking forward to this dance. It's only for juniors and seniors, and school didn't have it last year thanks to COVID. But I'm going to need her to make a small sacrifice for the family right now. I fully intend to make it up to her, but does expecting her to be there for family makes me an a-hole? My husband died when Frizz was a baby. Besides my younger sister, who will be going on the trip, my family all live in another state. OP, from what I grasped, this is the only Halloween party your daughter is gonna get in school cause it was not arranged last year. Meaning this is once in a lifetime opportunities for her. Furthermore, it is not her responsibility to take care of her siblings. So what you did makes you an a-hole. Am I the a-hole for not wanting my disabled sister at my wedding? My sister Anna is 21 years old and she is a special needs person. She has severe autism, and while she is verbal, most of her communication is physical, like sign language, due to her social discomfort. She does speak around family though and has pretty bad cognitive skills. She can't comprehend boundaries and lives with our parents so they can best watch her. I'm getting married in 3 months. We planned a simple wedding and reception at my fiance Michael's parents' barn and farm. Since it's all gonna be DIY and we are not planning anything too expensive, we can do things pretty quickly since flowers, food, and decor will be provided by his family. I sent out invites last week and I asked Anna not to come. I told my parents I understood that would mean they may not show up, but it was just a heads up. Why no Anna? She has an issue with touching Michael and trying to kiss him. At times when we were at my parents' house, Anna would try and grab Michael's hands, try to lean in to kiss him, or would have a really bad shutdowns if she was not allowed to be directly next to him. We have tried speaking to her, but there is only so much we can do when she doesn't really understand. I told my parents I just want one day for Michael to be my partner and not Anna's comfort person. They called me selfish and asked how I expected them to agree to something like this. They told me Anna is disabled and may never experience a wedding of her own, and while I have Michael for probably the rest of our lives, she'll have no one, and that Michael and I can be little more understanding to the reality of her life. I feel like a total ass, and what they are saying has really gotten to me, and I'm starting to question my decision. Am I the a hole? Update. My parents called me letting me know they won't be coming and that it's best I don't bring Michael around anymore since I have chosen some man over my sister. They told me that Anna wanting to kiss Michael and hug him is normal for a woman her age and that she doesn't understand what her feelings mean. I suggested they try to redirect her during the wedding, but they said Michael is gonna be family to her and he needs to get over it. I suggested they watch the wedding via web and they said that's not fair and that they deserve to see things in person. OP, I don't think you are the a-hole. Your wedding should be about you. It's hard to be a sibling to special needs person cause they take so much of your parents' attention and love. You deserve to have your wedding day about you. Have a great marriage. That's all for today, peeps. Tell me which story you liked the most in the comments. Smash that like button and subscribe.